What are these four relationships? We are eternally ever related inwardly in a spiritual manner with the source of our being, with the origin, the roots of our being, from whom we have come here, from whom we derive our very existence. Because he exists, we exist. Because sun exists, rays of light exist. Because the ocean exists, waves exist. See? Because the melody exists, the notes, individual notes exist. That is therefore the source, and this is only a part of it, the effect of it. There can be no light rays without the sun. There can be no waves without the ocean. There can be no musical notes without a melody. We are related, therefore, to the origin of our being in a spiritual way, inwardly. It is our eternal, irreversible, eternal, permanent, unbreakable thing. That is the real link. We are related with that being. Then we come into this universe created by God. Therefore we are related with this universe. Because He is immanent in all this universe. He is visible God, He is manifest God. He is God expressed in innumerable variegated Nama Rupa, names and forms. The what, all that exists. We are related with this external universe, visible God, God manifest. Then we are related to the God within us. He is the indwelling reality. Because of His indwelling presence, our body, mind, intellect, everything takes on a greater sanctity. It is sacred. Our entire being is sacred. Our entire human personality is sacred. Our physical body is sacred. Our mind is sacred. Our intellect is sacred. Our heart, our emotions, they are all sacred because they are associated with the being within. They are closer to Him than us. We are outgoing in our perception. We see the external world. But our inner being, our psyche, our mental intellectual complex called psychology, they are closer to that inner being. Therefore, they are holy. So to keep them holy is the duty we owe to that indwelling. How shall we relate ourselves with that indwelling reality? What will be the mode and manner of a relationship? Will it be an ignoring of that being, as though it did not exist at all, as though it was not there? Or will it be a neglect to pay the necessary attention to that being? Or rejecting outright the promptings of that being, suppressing it, because sometimes to be aware of that presence would be inconvenient. If you want to do a selfish act, and we feel, how can this be? Here indwells God in me. The divine is ocean of compassion, ocean of grace, ocean of giving, ocean of love. And here is before me also a being in whom dwells that same being that dwells within me. And therefore we are in a reality where the presence of the inner God becomes the dominating factor. So are we going to react in the context of this dominating reality, this truth, God in me, God in the being in front of me? Are we going to react on the basis of this truth, or are we failing to react and doing something little, something very, very small? Is our reaction, response going to be small, very, very little, or is it going to be great? Is it going to be noble, sublime? And because of this indwelling reality, we are to relate ourselves with that being in a state of being aware, not ignoring, not neglecting to pay the necessary attention, much less not putting it away as an inconvenient factor, suppressing it, turning away from it. See, for God's sake, you are there, okay, please keep quiet. You can say that also. So what? You are there. So taking it for granted, that is the most dangerous thing. If you start taking great truths for granted and take a casual attitude, all our spiritual susceptibilities become blunted. They become blunted. They become dull. Then it is the beginning of our way down, down, down. Therefore, we have to relate ourselves to that being with ever renewed, fresh awareness. See? Then, a fourth relationship is that we may be able, we may be taught how and in what manner to fulfill all these three aforementioned relationships in a proper, appropriate way. Each cultural genius and the ancient sages and saints of realization, illumined seers and messengers of God, have left for us an entire body of wisdom teachings that form one of the most precious aspects of our heritage. And this body of teachings is known by the generic universal term dharma. Dharma. Dharma is there to illumine the path of our life, the highway of our life. Dharma is there to tell us the right direction in which to proceed. Dharma is there to keep us ever aware of the goal for which we must live, strive, and dedicate everything. Dharma is there to help us take the right decision in the right moment. Dharma is there in every way to guide us, to help us, to illumine our path, to keep the goal ever before us shining. And Dharma, therefore, is a manifestation of God Himself. It is no other, because God is wisdom. Have this fourfold relationship, one with the source of our being, God, two with the external creation in which we have to live our life and attain whatever we have to attain. Third, with the indwelling God within us, who is the ever-present reality, whom we cannot ignore, whom we have to pay our attention, whose presence we must recognize. And if we devoutly recognize it, a whole greatest change can take place in our day-to-day life in relation to ourselves. Live in the awareness that God is ever present with us, in us. He is part of us. And we are a part of Him. And the fourth relationship is that great body of wisdom teachings that we have inherited, that has enriched our life, that exists in order to guide us, be a light unto our path, and keep the goal always bright before us, and show us the direction, what we have to do. And that is God's own manifestation in the plane of human life. Dharma is no other than God. Dharma is the body of God. See? God is supreme jnana and manifested as dharma. See? That every day we must freshly invoke and awaken within us the awareness of these fourfold relationships in the context of which we live our life. And when these relationships are correct, our life will become fruitful in supreme attainment. This is the truth. This indeed is the truth. Verily, verily, this is the truth. Hari Om.